Okay, now this is kind of weird. Let's look at this from Deadline. Controversial comics Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. vie for Grammy's Best Comedy Album. Jim Gaffigan, Patton Oswalt, and Randy Rainbow also nominated. Now the Grammys is coming up. I don't know if we're going to do anything about that because I really don't care. But here's the thing. It says right there, controversial comics. Are you trying to tell me Louis C.K. is controversial? He's not controversial. I mean, from what that dude did, that's fucking disgusting. I don't understand. And I've told Chrissy this. I don't understand what it is with these dudes like Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K. Why do they want to in front of women? What is that? Like, you don't just want to bang a woman? You don't just want to get in bed with a woman? Like, you want to, like, in front of her and then in a tree? That's so weird. That's like, and that's why when you hear that, like when we hear the word sexual assault, you know what we think of. We think of like SVU shit, where someone is actually being sexually assaulted. But then you find out all they wanted to do was in front of a woman. What the fuck? That's so weird. It's not even something you'd think that was pleasurable. Controversial, mistakenly thought to be canceled, comedians Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. What? Dave Chappelle was never canceled. What are you talking about? Those stupid trans jokes? Okay, I guess. And Louis C.K. are among the Grammy Award nominees this year for Best Comedy Album. They'll go up against Grammy stalwarts Jim Gaffigan and Patton Oswalt and newcomer Randy Rainbow. Chappelle, who hosted Saturday Night Live last weekend to considerable pushback on his opening monologue. Oh, pushback. Oh, some people got mad on Twitter. A monologue about anti-Semitism is nominated for the comedy album version of his Netflix special, The Closer, which includes the jokes about the transgender community. And there you go. That's why they're all mad. That prompted GLAAD to state Chappelle's brand has become synonymous with ridiculing trans people. Dude, you know what? You want to know what? You can't tell jokes about anybody or you're, like it says, ridiculing them. Bro, that's the point of comedy. The point of comedy is to look at these people and say you're fucking weird, bro. You're fucking weird, and we can tell people that on stage. Nobody is out of bounds. Nobody. Well, I remember in the 90s, it was gay people. In the 2000s, it was black people. In the 2010s, it was women. Now it's trans people. Come on, man. Like, you realize that it's just going to be, and then what, in 10 years, it's going to be another group of people you can't talk about. Fuck them all, man. Like, you can make jokes about whatever the fuck you want. As long as it's funny. Hey, man, Dave Chappelle's badass at that. Chappelle has been previously nominated for 3 comedy album Grammys, winning each time 2018's Dave Chappelle, The Age of Spin, 2019's Dave Chappelle, Equanimity and the Bird Revelation, and 2020's Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones. He shared the Best Spoken Word album in 22 with Amir Suleiman for 846. CK's Story, the album of his tape, CK's Sorry, the album of his taped August 21 performances at New York's Madison Square Garden. Also, see, this is the thing right there. At New York's Madison Square Garden, we already know what Louis C.K. did. We know what he did. So don't get mad at the men of the society we live in. Get mad at whoever owns Madison Square Garden that's still giving him work. That's who you're supposed to get mad at, not at us. Don't get mad at men. Oh, it's men's fault that Louis C.K. still does work. No, it's not. Madison Square Garden gave him the job. It's not our fault. Also drew some backlash, from people on Twitter for what some perceived as the title's flippant response to the 2017 sexual misconduct allegations against the comedian. CK won last year's Grammy in the comedy album category for his Sincerely Louis C.K. In addition to Sincerely Louis C.K., the comic previously won Grammys in this category for Hilarious 2012 and Live at Madison Square Garden 2016. He was nominated in 2015 for Oh My God. Gaffigan's nomination for his comedy Monster album marks the comic's 7th Grammy nomination. Now, this is the thing. Have you noticed there's no women's names? We know, because we know how women comics talk. Amy Schumer goes up on stage. She talks about her vagina for like half an hour. And if you've ever seen an Amy Schumer special, by the end, you're already like, oh, can you stop talking about your vagina, please? And the more woke ones, I don't know the women's names, but they're women. And then they have like the men haircuts. Those women aren't funny at all. I'm sorry. There's those women that they look like men and they're like trans and shit. Those women aren't funny at all because they go up there and they make jokes for the people that they are. You see, like Amy Schumer makes jokes for women that drink wine every night and they're alcoholics, but it's like, I'm an alcoholic, but I'm a wine mom. No, you're an alcoholic. Sorry. And then those other people, the other, like the ones that they have men haircuts, they make the jokes. Their jokes are for the people that they are. That's why normal people don't laugh at any of that shit. Gaffigan's nomination for his comedy Monster album marks the comic's 7th Grammy nomination. Most recent was 21's The Pale Tourist, tying him with Oswald, nominated for We All Scream. He also nominated in 21 for Love Everything. Oswald won the Grammy in 17 for his Talking for Clapping. New to the category is Rainbow, whose nominated first studio album, A Little Brains, A Little Talent, was released last year following his Pink Glasses tour and includes versions of some of his YouTube political satire spoofs, original songs, and a version of the Jitterbug, the famously deleted song from The Wizard of Oz. The album also features guest stars Titus Burgess, Josh Gad, Sean Hayes, Patti LuPone, and Bernadette Peters. The Grammy nominee... Okay, yeah. And you see them right there. The Grammy nominees, The Closer, Comedy Monster, Little Brains, Little Talent, Sorry, and We All Scream. Well, the only thing I'm going to say is that I'm tired because like Louis C.K., we know what he did. Dave Chappelle, you know, these people they're supposed to be canceled. But don't get mad at men. That's what all the articles always say. Oh, men. It's because of men that these men still have work. Don't blame us, bro. This dude just did Madison Square Garden. What the headline should say is, we need to blame Madison Square Garden for giving Louis C.K. Like, for me, do I care what he did? No. It's fucking weird, man. You want to in front of people and then a tree or whatever the fuck he did? That is weird, bro. You're fucking weird, bro. I don't understand why that's even a thing in your mind. But for Dave Chappelle, because he makes a few jokes, he's supposed to automatically be canceled. But, dude, nobody gives a fuck what those trans people on Twitter think. Sorry, nobody fucking cares. But they're supposed to be canceled. Don't talk to the normal people. Go talk to the people giving them jobs.